There is no course or method that is more important than actually taking action and doing the work correctly. It is the foundation of literally everything you will ever do, and there's nothing more important than actually getting better at doing the work, which sounds obvious, but it's actually a skill set in itself. I used to be really bad at it, and I would work all day long and then get nothing done. Over the past 5 years, I found tangible systems and ways to actually get better at this, and if I found this a little bit earlier, I probably would have been successful a hell of a lot sooner. So here's some free game. Please take all this and skip the 2 years of running into a brick wall. So real quick, the importance of taking action in the first place. Money rewards action, not just intelligence. The smartest people I know are definitely not the richest people I know. It's always that random dude who just does one thing and obsesses over it every single day and literally just does the work. It sounds very simple, but it's not as easy as it sounds. The people who just do the work end up being the smartest people in the niche because doing the action produces information. You then use that information to improve on the input in the first place, which is just a fancy way to say, if I make 10 YouTube shorts, I'm going to be better than the person who's spending time analyzing how to make one short that's the best, especially if you're a beginner. The reason being, the guy who posts 10 is getting better skills to actually make the video, and then he's getting feedback from the analytics on how to improve, while the guy who's just analyzing how to make one video good isn't getting either of those two. So that's a lot of yap. Here's how you actually just get better at doing the work. So first, you need to set a direction in the first place. A lot of people don't set like a 3-month goal that they're striving for, and they just do daily tasks and they go left, right, straight, center, and they never end up making any progress just straight. So you need to have some directional goal. And the best way to do that is to set a number goal. So say I want 100K subscribers in 3 months, or I want to get 20 million views in 3 months. Then set input goals. I'm going to post 90 times in the next 3 months to then get those number goals. So just kind of reverse engineer how many inputs you're going to need to get to those number goals, and always just assume just a little bit more inputs than you probably think. Once you have that figured out, you're going to want to get down to your weekly rocks. Luke and I got introduced to this from a billionaire when we were doing some work for him on some unnamed project. But the point is, he made us do these weekly rocks, and it's the best way to actually hit your goals. So once you have an overarching goal that you're striving for, we set weekly goals based off where we need to be in 3 months. Luke and I just copied the sheet that he created over for our new company, and it's structured like this. So you have your 90-day goals at the top that we set before, and then we'll have our monthly goals here. And then from here, we have our big rocks, which are just 2 to 3 things that you're going to complete at the end of every single week. These are like non-negotiable. No matter what noise, no matter what the fuck happens, you're going to get these done. You have no excuses to not achieve them. They're not goals, but they're also not too easy. It needs to be something tangible that you could complete on a good week. That way you're kind of reverse engineering that if I do this, then I'm going to be this much closer to my goals at the end of the 3 months, or at the end of the month, whatever you end up setting. And if you don't end up hitting it at the end of the week, it's not just like, oh, whatever, I missed my goal. Like, it needs to be like, what stopped me from achieving this week? Was it, oh, I went on the side mission, or oh, so-and-so called me and I got distracted, or I started doing these random side tasks, or I just didn't get into the work fast enough. Whatever it is, you'll be able to analyze exactly why you didn't complete it and then fix it for the next week. So you should never be in a situation where you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm not achieving my goals. It should be very clear exactly what's stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve. So like, if you're just running around without that, then you're kind of cooked. So we do this every single week. On Mondays, we'll literally just do it at the top of the week. I know this seems like a lot of systems, but for the 3-month goals, you literally do it once every 3 months. It's actually not, it takes like probably 20 minutes. And then for the weekly rocks, you just set 3 on Monday, 2 to 3 on Monday in a call. And then boom, you have what you need to do for the entire week. And then now to my personal favorite, structuring out what you're going to do on that day. So I used to do this long to-do list and get absolutely nothing done. And I would proactively not do the most important stuff because I was just avoiding it, and I would get lost in other tasks. So I would productively procrastinate instead of doing what would actually be the most meaningful for hitting my goals. So this is how to avoid that on a daily basis. Shout out to Sean Purry for creating this. I found this like years ago, and since then it has actually been extremely goated. I don't know how I'm somehow drawing on this page. My mom watches these videos. So you're gonna wanna separate it into 4 squares. In the top left, it's gonna be the stuff that's high impact and high urgency. This is basically where all the most important urgent stuff needs to go. put those tasks in this box. And then on the right side, it's low impact and urgent. This is a lot of the day-to-day admin stuff that needs to get done, or else, your credit card is going to decline, or you need to pay your credit card bills. Stuff that's urgent but low impact, that goes here. And then not urgent, high impact. This is just like big things that you need to do, but aren't deadly to get done on this day. And then low impact, non urgent, or stuff that you should just try to outsource as best you can. And to be honest with you, I just procrastinate most of these tasks and I just don't do them, because if they're not high impact and they're not urgent, I don't even know why they're on my list. But this is the way that you can separate it into 4 different places. So at the end of the day, when you look to see what you checked off, if I finish this top left corner, I can feel good. I can go to bed feeling happy. If I don't complete this and I get caught up in anything else here, I usually go to bed feeling guilty and like, how did I mess this up? It was so clear exactly what I needed to do to have a good day, and I somehow fucked it up. It happens. You get distracted. But the point is, you know exactly what you need to do every day, and you can't bury yourself in some imaginary to-dos that make you feel good. You know exactly what you need to do. So this is what I do on a daily basis. Just every single day, I look at what my weekly rocks are and I set my daily task to hit those weekly rocks. It all seems very structured and obvious. It's really not a lot of work, I swear to God. If you're just setting a 3-month goal, you do it once every 3 months. Setting weekly goals, just do it on Monday, a ritual with your homies. Set your weekly goals. And then if you don't have a to-do list on your day-to-day, then you're just cooked anyway. So this is like baseline stuff. This shouldn't be super overwhelming to do, or it's like a lot of input, because I hate doing input and tracking if I'm doing everything. This is like the bare minimum. And I'm not really an organized person, so you can definitely do this. Once you have all of those systems set up, it still might be hard. I am the CEO of getting distracted, so I have the most perfect environment for me to work. I make it so it's damn near impossible to not do the work. Every single day, I have a system. I wake up, the first thing that I do every day, brick my phone. I just scan it and it disables all of the apps that distract me, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever. And I can't use those apps until I go back and physically scan my phone on the brick. And I usually leave it like in my room or like on my fridge or something. So when I pick up my phone and I go to Instagram, it just blocks it so I can't use it. So one, that triggers my brain. Okay, now it's time to work, because I can't even distract myself properly. Now, once I'm working, I usually don't try and make it this big deal. Oh, we have to get into deep work right away. I just get started. I don't like try and make it perfect. It's scrappy. I just get into it and I slap on, let me put you guys on some crazy game right now. I slap on however you say this channel. This one right here, Sunset Deep House Mix. I don't even like EDM or house music really, but I find that this is like the best thing to work to. It's like working to Mario Kart. I'm just like constantly thinking at the pace of the music. That sounds very hippie, but this shit really works. It helps me focus way better. I recommend the most popular one. I listen to this literally every day. After I get through like a big piece of deep work, I usually work for like, say, 90 minutes to 120. So basically an hour and a half to 2 hours, just right away. As soon as I wake up, doing the things that are in the top left, high urgency, high impact stuff that's actually gonna make a difference. I just wake up and immediately attack that for 2 hours. And then I make good progress and I go on a victory walk, people. You don't need to do the walk. For some reason, I get so much joy and dopamine out of literally walking around the house, probably because I sit in this Chick-fil-A smelling chair all day long. So I put on my headphones, I go and walk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's like my reward. So it's something I look forward to after my like first bit of hard work in the day. And that helps me get through that first bit of hard work, because I know I'm gonna have a reward. We're kind of like monkeys, whether you like it or not. We're basically cavemen. So having a reward after your first bit of work just helps you get motivated. I wouldn't make the reward doom scrolling, because that's just gonna like fuck up your momentum. But that reward could be, whatever it is for you that's not basically doom scrolling. Maybe it's eating Cheerios, maybe it's shit. I don't know. Whatever suits you. Honestly, it could be doom scrolling at first if you want to get 20 minutes out. It just might be a little bit hard to get back into focus. And when I'm on my walk, I'm thinking, damn, I have so much positive momentum. I got so much done. Let me just finish out the second half of the day on the same pace. So then I come back and then I just absolutely murder my to-do list, everything that's in that top left box. And then after I finish that, I start doing some of the other stuff. So I basically have like a trigger, brick my phone, get into work, have music to help me get into deep work, and then I have a reward that I look forward to after I complete it, and then I just do that cycle over and over again, and I just treat myself like I'm a gerbil in a cage that's, a part of some sort of science experiment, and it just works. So make it so your environment is really easy to just do the work. If you have your phone out, or if shit's going on, or if people are around you, it's just so much harder. Try your best to make it so your environment makes it really hard to fail. At the end of the day, if you just cut out all of the noise, all of the Twitter and YouTube FOMO of how to make $1 million today, and all of your people around you that are actually being successful, and all this crazy artificial noise that makes you feel like shit and that you're not doing enough, and then you scramble and you try stuff and then you quit because you have no real direction. This is just a very structured way. Set a goal, break it down into a week, break it down into a day, and then just create an environment for yourself to actually do the work. If you cut out all the noise and literally just focus on this and do this every single day, you will be the person on Twitter, on YouTube who actually got results that everybody else has FOMO for. This is literally the most important part of the process. Taking action seems obvious, but it's a muscle that you can get better at, and it's more important than any intelligence or brain, because if you just do this, you're going to end up being the smartest person anyway, because you're going to get more information from doing more reps, and you're going to be in the right position at the right time, and you're going to make a bunch of fucking money. And I'm yapping. Don't just run around and like willy-nilly about, oh, maybe I'll hit my goals or not. Just be structured with it. Make it so you can't fucking hold yourself accountable, essentially. Okay? Hold yourself accountable. Know why you failed. Improve on it. And yeah, hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. I'm gonna put a link to a copy of the rock sheet and how to structure your daily to-dos in the description. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all of the social media sauce, I know this was like a general video. We do have that sauce letter. Last time I posted a video, 50% of you guys actually converted to putting your emails in because you understand game is game. That'll also be somewhere in the description. So while you're there, slap your email in and we'll send you emails on all the most saucy shit to make money on social media. Word.